Hi guys, welcome to another video tutorial with me, Claris. In this video, we are going to be doing the number 7 with some vines of florals or some floral vines. I'm going to walk over my supplies really quickly with you guys, but before I do that, I just want to remind you guys, if you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to my channel as I put out watercolor videos of the floral kind on a weekly basis. All right, so here we go with our supplies. So for my colors, I'm using my Daler-Rowney set of 48, and these are the colors I'm using. I'm using the cadmium yellow. This next one is permanent rose. The third one is vermilion hue. And then for my green leaves, I'm doing a combination of raw sienna and hooker's green. For my paper, this is the Zen Art Supplies 100% cotton watercolor paper. And then for brushes, I'm keeping these 3 handy on the side. They are Princeton brushes. The first one is the round number 6, petals number 6, and then petals number 10. All right, so here we go. First things first, I'm going to use a pencil and roughly draw out a 7, or write a 7, I guess. And I want to give it a little bit of flair. So I'm going to give the top a little bit of a curve and then the bottom a little bit of a curve like this as well. All right, and so now we're ready to begin. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing my colors. Now, I absolutely love what happens when the vermilion mixes in, actually not the vermilion, when the permanent rose mixes with the cadmium yellow. It is such a pretty, what would I say, like a peach? Yeah, it is stunning. So here we go. Let's start mixing some colors. I'm going to mix it onto my palette over here. I'm going to start off with that permanent rose first. Get some of that on here. And we are actually going to be fluctuating. Well, I think we're going to dominantly be using the petals brush. So I'm going to switch over to the petals brush for this one. And we'll use the number 6 for if we need any certain smoothing out or things like that. I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow in here with that rose. It's giving me that orange. So I need more of the rose happening in here. Better. Okay, so let's mix the orange, the vermilion rather, and then we can begin. Beautiful colors. Love them. Okay, so the kind of flowers that we're going to be doing are very, very loose, and that's why we're going to be using the petals brush to do them. I'm going to start off with the number 10, and we'll fluctuate between the 10 and the 6 to kind of get varying sizes of flowers. And so here we go. I'm going to start off by doing flowers sporadically around here. So using the tip of my brush, I'm going to lightly graze and kind of curve around to do a couple of different C curves all the way around, just like that. I'm going to, actually before switching, let's just create a whole bunch before we move on. I'm going to do some over here. They don't have to sit exactly on the line of the 7. You can have them kind of spread out. This one can be spread out, meaning a little bit hovering to the top maybe. I'm going to do one more here. Notice I'm keeping lots of white space and I'm just sort of going around in circles while trying to leave that white space. Then we continue. Let's do a couple here. And then a couple of dots here and there just to sort of fluff things out. Now, time is of the essence because I want to go back in with this brush, get some of the pink and kind of throw that in here. Notice the blob that came out, and that's okay. It might even juice it up and bunch it up nicely, mixing the colors in, looking nice and full. That's what I mean by juicing it up. And I'm dipping the tip of my brush in water so that when I come back here to paint these in, it's a little lighter in comparison to the orange. And we're just going to continue doing this. Add some of these by themselves. Notice the shapes that you get by using just the tip and trying to almost paint in a rose. You're getting very organic shapes, and it's the color and the white space that talks or speaks for what it is. So let's get some of that yellow now, and I'm really watering down the yellow. I'm going to add some of these yellow flowers off to the side here near the pink because I love how that combination looks. Dab in a couple by some of the orange, but I'm kind of limiting how much with the orange. Get some of that pre-mixed orange here just to sort of give another variation of color before we move on. And we're literally repeating this, repeating on repeat till we are satisfied. So notice how I'm pulling some of that pink because the area is still damp with the yellow, and it's giving me a beautiful blend. And then last but not least, we're just going to do a couple of dabs, like fluffing. This is what I call fluffing if you're new to my channel. Fluffing is amazing, gives you that nice loose sort of feel and look. And let's survey. I think everything is fairly good. I'm just going to do a little bit more of the pink. And then we're moving on to the green. So for the green, I'm mixing my two colors here, the raw sienna and the hooker's green, like I mentioned. The raw sienna and hooker's green, depending on your quantities of mixing, can give you a beautiful olive green, which is what I had. But now I want like a darker sort of green because we've got beautiful light and bright flowers. So I'm mixing till I am content. And it's a great exercise on figuring out your colors as well. Perfect. So that's a fabulous green. This is what I'm going to be using. Using the tip, I'm going to first target the areas that are still damp and kind of try and connect them. And I'm going to do a little bit of a swirl here. Connecting some over here. Very lightly, gently, kind of adding some movement and also kind of figuring out where I want to place my items. And now we're going to go in for the green. Shouldn't have done such a big petal there, leaf there. And here we go. Just kind of really pressing down on the brush and just extending outward, just like you would use a regular round, and enjoying the shapes that you get using this brush. Feel free to twirl it around so that you can get different results or different looking leaves. And just enjoy the experience of wielding this brush. And I'm using the number 6 deliberately because it will give me smaller looking leaves, and I don't want the leaves to be overpowering. And so, yeah. Let's go here. And I'm kind of like really using that tip to draw in my leaves or paint in my leaves. and then kind of turning it over to get like another look. And I'm also alternating with dipping the tip of my brush in water to kind of really get some nice lights in here as well. And you want to encourage movement like this happening. Now this leaf is very dark, so I'm just going in with a lighter colored, watered down stroke here. And then, in fact, if you just keep all the leaves fairly light, so more water, less color, you will have a nice balanced sort of pretty outcome for sure. All right, so here we go, just continuing some more. Soon we're going to get to the fluffing stage, and then we're almost going to be done. These ones at the top here, I'm kind of holding the tip, the triangle portion upward, the tip of the triangle upward. Kind of get a different shape. And I am going to, for the sake of like not making this video too long, I'm just going to make this, I'm going to pause here and come right back, show you where I end up. All right, so this is what mine ended up looking like. I added a couple of tendril type elements here and there to kind of nicely fluff it up. And so the last thing we're going to do is a little bit of a splatter. And I'm using my number 6 for that, and we'll take some of the mixed color that we have here. So it's got a nice variety, and I've really watered this down. And take my brush and kind of do a splatter right along the vine. The tip over here too, so it's kind of flowing outward. Beautiful. You can even do a little bit of green. So I'm going to get some of that lighter green and really water it down. Perfect. And that is it, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to go ahead and even add some additional detail around your flowers, you can totally do that. I'm going to leave this as is and have you guys figure it out. And I hope you're inspired by this. So make sure you tag me in your work. I would love to see how yours turns out. My social media handles are listed below. And if you like this video, guys, please hit the like button and make sure you've subscribed as well. All right, thanks so much, guys, for watching, and we will chat soon. Bye.